Hello everyone, I'm Jensen. Today is Tuesday, March 23rd, and from a COVID-19 variant found in Lucas County to a visit from President Joe Biden, I have all the stories you need to know to get in the loop today. But first, it's a little bit overcast out there, but those temperatures, absolutely fantastic. Is that going to continue the rest of the week? Well, let's find out with our first alert weather team.
Here's your hour-by-hour forecast. This is the chance of showers I'm talking about this evening. It's probably not going to be anything too heavy, but between 8, 9, 10 o'clock and then into the overnight hours, there will be a chance of at least a few showers coming past. If you're a really early riser tomorrow, you may bump into a couple of raindrops, but the bulk of tomorrow is going to be dry. It's going to become a bit windy tomorrow. Temperatures will crank into the 70s, and very late in the day tomorrow, into tomorrow night, there could be showers and maybe even a rumble of thunder. Then another chance yet comes in again on Thursday night. Here's our hour-by-hour forecast of temperatures for tomorrow. Even though there may not be an abundance of sunshine, take a look at this. At 8 a.m. in the 50s, by the noon hour tomorrow into the 60s, and tomorrow's highs maybe even warmer than today. There's a chance of hitting middle 70s across some of our southern counties tomorrow afternoon. Boy, it is early in the season for that. Chance of showers tonight, the low 52 degrees, then tomorrow's high up to 72. It will be a bit windy. South-southwest 15 to 25 miles per hour, and it could get a little bit gusty. And along with a slight chance of showers tomorrow will come the possibility of a rumble of thunder. The winds will shift on Thursday, and there's a chance of rain that could even be heavy very late in the day. I think the temperature climbs to 62, then the wind comes in out of the east-northeast. It'll be falling temperatures and falling rain late Thursday into Thursday night.
And according to the Ohio Department of Health, several recent COVID-19 cases in Lucas County have been associated with a variant first discovered in the UK. According to the CDC, this B.1.1.7 variant has shown evidence of increased transmissibility and a potential increase in disease severity. Now, there are currently 128 known cases of the B.1.1.7 variant in Ohio. And for perspective, during Governor Mike DeWine's press conference yesterday, Ohio Department of Health Chief Medical Officer Dr. Bruce Vanderhoff said that just 2 weeks ago, the state's total variant count, so that's including more than just the B.1.1.7, was just 32.
States around us, especially Michigan and West Virginia, have seen some upturns again. And while thankfully we're getting more and more vaccines into arms every day, we're also seeing more and more activity from the variants.
And right now, the state health department hasn't recommended any additional control measures, but people who live, learn, work, and play in Lucas County are strongly encouraged to keep up on those mitigation efforts that we've been doing since the beginning of the pandemic. And just as a reminder, some of those strategies include social distancing, so staying 6 feet away from anyone not in your household, wearing a mask in public, staying home when you feel sick, avoiding crowds and poorly ventilated spaces as much as possible, and getting a COVID-19 vaccine when it's available to you. Now, Lucas County health leaders say that all 3 vaccines currently available in the county have shown evidence of protection against variants, including B.1.1.7. And as a reminder, starting Monday, March 29th, all Ohioans aged 16 and older will be eligible to receive COVID-19 vaccination. So for information on how you can register, check out the link in the description of this video. And President Joe Biden made his way to the Buckeye State today, and when he landed in Columbus, he was greeted by Ohio Governor Mike DeWine and, of course, First Lady Fran. Yesterday, DeWine said he'd be having a one-on-one convo with the president, which he told Ohioans would likely focus on the pandemic and the distribution of the vaccine. And while the details of the meeting haven't been released just yet, we'll likely hear more in the coming days, or at the very least during the governor's next coronavirus briefing. Now, Biden specifically came to Ohio to discuss cuts to healthcare costs. The president's COVID-19 relief law pumps up Obamacare premium subsidies to address long-standing problems of affordability, particularly for people with solid middle-class incomes. The COVID-19 legislation cuts premiums paid by a hypothetical 64-year-old making $58,000 from $1,075 a month to about $413 based on Congressional Budget Office estimates. A 45-year-old making $19,300 would pay zero in premiums, as compared with about $67 on average before the law. People who have even a brief spell of unemployment this year can get a standard plan for zero premium and reduced copays and deductibles. New and existing customers can take advantage of those savings starting April 1st by going to healthcare.gov. States that run their own health insurance markets will offer the same enhanced assistance, although timetables for implementation may vary a bit. And today, Biden extended the deadline for a special sign-up period for uninsured people to get coverage through healthcare.gov through August 15th. By spreading the word about the higher subsidies, the White House is hoping to supercharge enrollment, but the 11 million people who already have private plans through the health law will also benefit. Republicans say Biden's subsidies are an example of Democratic overreach on the COVID-19 bill. A former healthcare advisor in the Trump White House expects most of the additional taxpayer assistance will merely substitute for what private households would have otherwise paid. Biden's visit to Columbus comes on the 11th anniversary of the Affordable Care Act being signed into law. And hot off the tail of his $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief package, Biden is now assembling a $3 trillion package of investments on infrastructure and domestic needs. And much like the $1.9 trillion virus rescue plan signed into law earlier this month, this new package would also include family-friendly policies, this time focusing on education and paid family leave. The White House plans are still preliminary, with a combined $3 trillion in spending proposed to boost the economy and improve quality of life. Now, the goal is a bipartisan package, but Democrats in Congress have signaled that they'll go at it alone if they're blocked by Republicans. An infrastructure package would include roughly $1 trillion for roads, bridges, rail lines, electrical vehicle charging stations, and the cellular network, among a few other items. The goal would be to facilitate the shift to cleaner energy while improving economic competitiveness. A second component would include investments in workers with free community college, universal pre-K, and paid family leave. No part of the proposal has been finalized, though, and the eventual details of any spending could change. Biden's expected to roll out his budget in the week ahead as Congress presses forward on the infrastructure package, which lawmakers have said could be ready by summer. And President Joe Biden addressed the nation today after yesterday's mass shooting at a supermarket in Boulder, Colorado. The shooter killed 10 people, including a police officer.
My heart goes out. Our hearts go out for the survivors, who had to flee for their lives, and who hid, terrified, unsure if they would ever see their families again, their friends again.
Shooting at the King Soopers sent shoppers and workers scrambling for safety and stunned a state and a nation that's grieved several mass killings. Now, Biden said the Senate should immediately pass the House-passed bills that close loopholes in the background check system. He also called for tougher gun control laws and to ban assault weapons in high-capacity magazines. Now, Colorado has seen several mass shootings, including the 1999 Columbine High School massacre and the 2012 Aurora movie theater shooting. Yesterday's attack was the 7th mass killing this year in the U.S., following the March 16th shooting that left 8 people dead at 3 Atlanta area massage businesses. Biden has ordered that all U.S. flags be lowered to half staff in honor of yesterday's victims. But that is all I have for you today. If you want to keep up on the latest updates, make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. But for now, I'm Jensen, and now you're in the loop.